Okay, based on what we have here, I'm looking at your magazine, and I think one of the issues that we have is that you're creating a magazine. It's kind of this zine smith, kind of one of these zine magazines, which are notorious for horrendous typography. That I would have definitely steered you away from this approach had I had time, and seen this prior to having to crunch this together at the last second here to try to get some things completed here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and mark this up, and I'm going to submit it to you so we can see what some of the problems are. Okay, this is not legible as a masthead, and this isn't legible either. If you get more than a couple feet from your screen, you just can't read it. One of the things that we really, we talked about this project, and we're doing this magazine design in typography class, okay? Which means that there are parameters, there are definite restrictions within the assignment. And one of those restrictions is that as a student, you're not free to just design the way you want to design. You have to abide by the typographic rules that we have learned in the last several weeks. I gave an example of what those rules are over here. If you want to take a look at the announcements area, and here are the things that I deemed in this was in Welcome to Week 6. These are the things that are going to be checked and are fair for grading. So then those were listed back in the week 6. So a lot of them are missing, John. A lot of them are. I mean, almost all of them. I don't think we're adhering to any typographic sort of convention here whatsoever. Let me just give you some examples. I'm going to Command R this, bring out some rulers. Okay, and well, let's talk about alignment. Well, let's take a look at our alignment here. Okay, and you can see that, okay, you've got this aligned, okay, but the only thing is this is center aligned, so that doesn't align with anything. This is right aligned. This is left aligned, but it's on the right margin. This is left aligned, but it's on the right margin. So you've got three different orientations here, and you have this amp in the middle of just kind of nowhere. Okay, then you have this kind of typographic little composition here, which isn't really following what we're looking for in terms of this magazine design protocol, typographic rules and regulations that we've been learning for the last several weeks. Okay, here's another. Okay, plus is not aligned. This is out of alignment. So there's a lot of things that are going on in terms of alignment, and I'm not seeing any hierarchy on the cover. In the contents page, again, there's just no grid being used, no typographic grid. That's why you have these really uneven spaces, like this space right here, this space right here, because you've got all these different alignments going on, okay? Your type here is too close to the image. Okay, right here, this is a different type orientation than this altogether. Note how tight the leading is here. Okay, and then I'm just not sure what. Okay, so again, I think we have this phenomenon where you maybe possibly were looking at a zine for your, as a source of inspiration, and it's just not showing good typography, Johnny. Let me show you some more examples on this page, okay? You've got this type so tightly leaded and kerned that it's almost illegible. Somebody older than 55 is not going to be able to read this because the eyes just don't work like that. The kerning and leading is so tight. You've got 4 or 5 different alignments. For example, here you've got a 2-column alignment here. Okay, you've got this 2-column type grid. Okay, then over here you go to a 3-column type grid, but it's not 3 columns. It's more like 2.5, because look at how much thinner, more narrow that is than that. So one of the things that we learned is that you have to make a decision with the grid and stick with it, with the typographic grid. That's why, you've got all this. Okay, for that, for instance, your top of your text box aligns with that headline. Okay, that headline should be above the text boxes. Okay, line character count over here is way too short. And then you've got, where did I see those? Basically, that's a widow. That's a widow. I thought I saw 1 or 2 more. Okay, and then you've got your folio, which is presented incorrectly. You should have page number on the outside, page number over here. Then Indy Hunter presents the Zine Smith. That should be over here. So it's symmetrical, so they would lay on top of each other. Then the volume would be in the middle. Okay. This area right here, I'm not feeling the hierarchy. If this is the guy's name, is this the author's name? And then this is the name of the article, and then this is the sub. It's just really hard. Dean Tripp stepping into. Is this the author? It's really difficult to tell. So, anyways, I'll go ahead and get this graded, and we'll see if I can get this in time. To be completely honest with you, Johnny, I don't think there's enough here to get you where you need to be. Even if this were graded really, really, really high in high A, I still don't think it would be. But we'll find out shortly, okay? Thanks for hanging in there with me. I'm sorry this didn't work out a little more to your advantage. If there's anything I can do for you in the future, please give me a holler. Thanks, Johnny.